Peace reflection. I hope you're all doing great. I'm doing awesome. Welcome, reflection. Welcome. I was having some time, doing some creativity. So I thought that, I can make a video, just to share some of my knowledge to my reflections, what was just popping up in my head. And in my earlier videos, I do give you this information. But as I'm saying is that over and over and over again, I'm going to give you messages, even till I plant the seed, because I already plant lots of seeds in your subconscious mind. So today I want to talk about what is human being. Yes. Human being makes God be aware of itself. Did you know about it? Everything is mental. You have to change your mentality and really reprogram your subconscious mind and conscious mind to become aware of yourself, because this is no joke. This is really no joke, You have to experience it by yourself instead of judging, because there is so much ego in your mind that is judging so many things, like, oh my god, what is she saying? Oh my god, this and that, because you've been programmed in this way to have those lower thoughts. Because if you're not connected with your lower nature, then you will really not hear me. Even if you see me, you will not see me. Even if you hear me, you will not understand me. You will not understand me. So human beings allow God to be aware of itself, and also in order to be aware of yourself, you have to be in your natural environment, which is nature, because nature is your one of most higher creation. You have to be in your creation, what you created, because we have to think objectively with lots of facts, instead of just being living subjectively, and believe whatever they've been programmed. Because you have to reprogram yourself, really. You have to reprogram yourself and really look into the facts. What is facts? When we go back in the ancient time, there was no buildings, there was no cities, there was no cars, there was no technology in that way. All over your creation, you created nature, which is your higher creation. So by time, it's been destroyed so much, Just listen to me carefully, and everything will make sense, because it just simplicity, just all the facts that I'm talking about, So it was only nature, and by time it's been destroyed so much of our higher creation, but still you never can destroy nature. You see, a plant grow through the stone, a plant grows in the desert where there is no water, this is life, this is facts. So when you look into these things, that is when you realize that in order to be aware of yourself, you have to be in tune with your higher creation, which is nature, So when I'm in nature, I allow myself to express myself 100%, because as we see that whenever we are in nature, after a couple of minutes, 30 minutes, we really in tune, we get lots of oxygen, fresh air, because right now we've been put in a box where it's full of carbon dioxide. You have to go to work, you have to work so much, so many cars, so many roads, so much of population, and it's too much of carbon dioxide because of people. They are not in tune with higher creation, in tune with nature, so they choose to live in a compact place where it's too much of carbon dioxide, gas, people, all the lower vibration, all these things happening in same area, in tiny area. But if you look at the world is very big. So people, they don't spread themselves. Instead, they would love to live in a city where everything is happening all the time and too much stress. So when you're in tune, we're in it, because as we realize that everything is vibration, it's energy, it's frequency, so when we when we're living into it, when we're having lots of these things and not in tune with nature, that is when we lower our vibration, that is when our thoughts are very low. So some of my reflection, they do go into forest, and then that's when they realize, oh my god, suddenly you get enough of your oxygen, you get clean in your mind. Even if you're in depressed, you get a better mood, you express yourself 100%. Suddenly you start to sing, dance, just be free and like, whoa, I'm alive, because you get you in tuned in your higher nature. You breathe that pure prana in your temple, and you clean up your mind, you clean up your holy temple with fresh air. And it's not only about this. We have to know about our 4 elements. And those 4 elements, it's water, fire, which is sunlight, ground, and what the other one? Sign, air. So you see? So these things, you have to be in tune with your 4 elements, and you can have it all when you are in tune in your higher creation, which is nature. As we look in a plants, in trees, there is no difference, because they're getting all the things, those 4 elements, they're very connected to all of it, but we are not. That's why we cannot be conscious about that we are God. We're in our human body, and it's to be aware of itself. Look what we can do so much with our body. And as we go further deep inside, a dog don't know that it's a dog. He's not aware of himself. He's just living in the present moment. It's just like a child. When child born, even the child don't know it's a child. It's just too much busy by playing around, chilling around, just being so much in harmony, because they're the kingdom of heaven, because they're so much in tune. But by time as parents, we reprogrammed, we download everything that we know, all the bullshit, all the shitty things in us, we download into our kids. And by time they become different, they're not in tune with their higher nature, So this is something very important for us to understand, to really understand and understand, and really become smart again, really become conscious again, really become our pure consciousness again, because as you see me, there is no difference between I and I. You are me, so you can become your greatest version. And I am your greatest version here, with so much information and knowledge and wisdom, and telling you, because it's something common sense to really understand, what I'm talking about. Because it's not something that I read in a book, come up with a history books that was for a long time ago, and you don't even know who wrote it, and they modified it by time. It's not like this. It's just common sense, just straight up. just stir up that nature is our higher creation, and when we are connected to these 4 elements, that is when we are super powerful being, because everything that we can learn it from nature. When we can just look in a tree, when we look in a tree, that is when we can learn so much of the life that we are living, and we don't even have to go to school to study, because our school is our high creation. By living in our creation, be one with nature, be grounded, that is how we get all the information from the cosmos that we really need to know. So as we know that by being in nature, it allows us to have lots of oxygens, and also it produces DMT. DMT, people talk about drug DMT and this and that, but the thing is that DMT, we already have it inside, so what I mean is that by being in nature and getting enough oxygen, by getting enough oxygen, we can get our DMT consciousness. So you don't have to take any chemicals put in your temple, very naturally way. So you get that consciousness, and in that way you can travel to another dimension, and also at the same time there's astral projection, so by being in tune with nature, you can get all of it, you can really get all of it, and also start to lucid dreaming and things. Because nature is meditation, food is meditation, to be ground, to having the clean water, it's meditation, So human being is spiritual consciousness. That is our higher being, our higher self. Just because most of us is vibrating so low, they don't know about themselves. They cannot reach to that state of heaven. That is why you got lots of negative thoughts in your mind. That is why you judge so easily. That is why you cannot really hear. Some of my reflection really cannot hear what I'm saying. Really, because mind is retarded, because you got lots of parasites in your body, so it keeps you things in very different way, not in your natural state of thinking. That is why you cannot get me. As far some of my reflection getting me, because they're in tune with themselves. They don't have any parasites in their body. So if you're eating lots of dead flesh, lots of getting lots of DNA from cow, pig, whatever, if you're getting all this in your body, that is when you're not truly aware. That is when you get their DNA and react in this way, and that is how I can call you a retarded cell, because you are not in your normal state of your being. So, as we vibrate high, that is why we become complete God. God. Just state of mind. But people, they do download in your mind. You've been programmed in that way that you're gonna see God something waiting for something that come down from the sky or something else, But remember one thing, it's inside of you. It's just inside of you. You just have to activate yourself all over again and become pure God consciousness again, because you are. And also, as we see that our human body, it's designed in that way to be aware, to be aware of itself. We're super intelligent, you see? We created so much and creating so much. Right now on planet Earth, it's the time to heal. So we are all the healers here, So you, who is the retarded cell, who is still sleeping, who still got so much parasites in the body, who is not in tune with nature, you will not get it, you know. And stop with your stupidity, you know. How long are you gonna be that stupid, retarded ass? You have to just wake up and stop, you know, stop doing what you're doing and start to take care of yourself and stop being retarded, and don't come up here with stupidity, you know, because I don't deal with you. So what I'm trying to say is that wake your ass up and you stop eating so much dead flesh and stop having a retarded mind, a junky mind, you know? Become pure again. This is what I'm trying to say, you know? We all are one. So we have to be in tune with nature. We have to be self-aware to create something, you know, to create something. For me, there is nothing that is outside. Everything is inside. So I'm the co-creator of every living thing, you know, and everything around me is vibrating. As I'm on my God state, that is when I'm on the kingdom of heaven. I create my reality, and this is what you have to understand, because when you are in tune with your higher nature, when you come back into yourself and you become aware of your thoughts, your body, everything. Whoever, did you ever sit down and listen to all the thoughts, self-talk that you're talking inside? Love yourself 100% and change all the negative self-talks. You know, there are retarded souls in your body. You have to heal them. You have to clean yourself. You have to, you know, repair yourself all over again. You know, to have a very healthy mentality and to be very self-aware what you're saying to yourself, with love or with hate, what your thoughts. You control your thoughts. If you don't, your thoughts will control you. You know? So you have to choose everything carefully and be very inside, you know, and be aware of your being, your existence, you know. As we know that I am one, we're all there is, still there is unique in each of us, that we came here with that personality, you know. Your personality don't make you who you are, but there is very something similar when it comes to our astrology, you know. So if you read your astrology, you can find lots of similarities and make more of understanding with yourself, you know, because you have to become your best friend. You have to know your thing. You have to know yourself deep inside, how you work, what makes you sad, what makes you happy, how do you think when something happens, how do you react on it, when you're about to decide something, how you do it, you know. Ask your higher nature. Because all the time, our higher nature, which is our higher self, it's inside of us here, you know. You have to really listen. Are you listening too much of bullshit, or are you listening too much of your holy thing, your Holy Spirit that is inside and talking, giving you signals, you know? And also at the same time, we have to clean, we have to be aware of our energy centers, our 7 energy centers, be aware of it and really clean it and clear on the blocks that we are having since we're a kid, because it's lots of things that being programmed in us, you know. We really have to reprogram ourselves, you know. And for me, it's like, what is time when we're a kid time really didn't exist, you know. So what is time? Time is man-made structure so that you can go be at work, so that you can not be late, so that you finish in that time. That so it just everybody is all the time in hurry, you know. It just man-made structure, time to just be on time, to do this on time. This happens only here, where it's too many buildings, too many of my lower nature. These things happens here, but when you go into nature, there is no time exists. You're a free being, you know. And also, what I want to say is that I post lots of status is that the kingdom of heaven, it's inside of us. The kingdom of hell, it's inside of us too, you know. It's all about, because we're the center of our being, you know. When we were a kid, people taught us to be outside all the time of ourselves. You know what? It's something deep, programmed so many fears in us. Don't go to forest. It's ghost there. It's like, man, you gotta really face your fears. What you've been programmed, all the fears that you've been programmed, face them, and then you see the truth behind it. Where is fears and where is not fears? Did nature ever came and bite on your ass? No, it's only those lower self, those people that came and did it. So you have to come more in inner standing, and you have to become intelligent again, smart again, you know, that intelligent being that you are, because I got super healthy mind, body, you know. So as I'm in tune, that is when I can really express myself here in front of you and tell you, because if I was not and just talking around, it will not be the same, you know. I have to first become master to teach. And we are all masters, we are all teachers, we are all got something unique to share, you know. And if something holding you back to exploding yourself like to the world, if you're shy or something, guilty, whatever, you know, you have to break all these things down, because these things should not keep you down, you know, because you're divine and super powerful, and you really have to take yourself out. And really, how do you become clean with all these blocks and feelings? You know, you start to clean your 7 energy centers by giving yourself of all those 4 elements and clean up, you know. And also, as I realized it for long ago, that as long as we are not in tune with nature, as long as we are not in the tropic, where I can put my feet in the ground, I can be with less clothes, you know, shining bright, and I'm having all the 4 elements, you know, getting in tuned 100%. When I'm not into that environment, my natural environment, then I'm in hell. So what I'm trying to say is the city is hell, because that is where you are really not in tune. That is when time exists. That is where stress exists. That is where all the bad things is happening, you know. So you have to really think, you know, just be conscious again about all these things, because it's something serious things to really understand, overstand, and understand, you know, higher stand above it and look all of it and really understand it, you know, that it's hell, and we have to go back to our kingdom of our heaven, which is nature, and get in tune 100% again. And at the same time, I want to say that we're not only slave of money, but we are also slave of words. Words hold power. Words sounds power. You know, words are vibration. Your thoughts become words. So be very mindful with what words you're putting out through your holy mouth, you know? Because this is how you can manifest things. And also at the same time, words and thoughts bound us and create frequency, energy around us, energy field. And so when I'm talking about frequencies, so when we are putting our words, we're creating an energy field around us, all this, our thoughts, because our thoughts are words. We have to think first before we put it in words. So when we think, our thoughts, our words, our frequency, we create a vibrational frequency for our body, for our situation, to manifest. So be very mindful to what you say, what you think. You can change your thoughts with positivity, with higher nature, higher vision, your imagination land. It's so much divine messages that I can tell, and I know, by being here, whoever is here and listening to me, I'm very grateful that you stay. But many of my lower reflection, they don't want to stay, they're always like, looking, looking, clang down, but they don't really want to stay and you sit down and really observe. Not many of us can do it because we're all the time with the short thing, all the time, short, just skipping things, because this is how that media build up. So we have to really in tune, because the hole is too deep. You can go deeper and deeper. It's like ocean, you just can dive deep. So this is how it goes, and I can just dive deep, limitless, So I'm going to do my video short today, and there is so much to share to you, of course, and at the same time I will come back, because I was just making some, doing some creativity, and thought, I got something that I want to share, so I just popped up here. So, and also later I'm gonna make a video of, question and answering and things, because I didn't do it. And yes, my reflection, Ibrahim, some of the soul just can get the message is not for them, cause whoever not get the message is not for you, but it is for you. So it's for them who really are open-minded, open, to really understand what's going on, not all that cells that has already been taken, all this retarded cell with so much into them. So if you want to hear my message, first you have to start to clean all the junks that you put inside in your subconscious mind, inside in your conscious mind, to really hear me. If you want to understand me, first clean yourself. Become pure child again, so that we can chill and play together and smile. So reflection, I love myself, and share my videos, and yes, you will see me soon again. I'm just gonna continue with my creativity, and I love myself. Peace and love.